despite the fact that Brennan had essentially led him out. So we'll see how much strength is left in the 19-year-old from Darlington, who is his cycling club call him the bin man, not because he's in the bin, or indeed he puts anyone else into the bin. It's their finish line for the club in Darlington was a bin, and so if you took the bin, you took the finish line, and he used to take it all the time. They called him the bin man. So there you go. If you're wondering what his nickname is, it's not the Darlington Dynamo, although I think that's very appropriate. Matty Brennan as he's known, the bin man. Can he deliver today? Is he going to shoulder the burden? I think he might.
Well, then the question is, can he collect? That's what the bin man does, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, we shall see. Yeah, when you say where's you been, you say I've been to California, Catalunya.
Yeah, but we say, but then where you really been? Yeah,
I really have been to Catalunya.
60 kilometres an hour. We said this final 10 kilometres would only take them 10 minutes. Well, you see that ticker down in the bottom right, sort of hovering as the TV motorbike goes a little bit backwards and forwards, sort of match the speed of the peloton, drop back to get the picture. As they get closer, he speeds off again. But this is absolutely rapid. A couple of rapid men themselves from Decathlon Agi Desert in Dorian Godon and Andrea Vendrame. They were 4th and 5th yesterday. Maybe one leading the other out would be a better option if it comes to going for the victory. Vendrame winning a stage in the recent Tirreno Adriatico after what was a tough climb on a rainy day, but got the better of still quite a large group of 60-odd riders, something like that. So they'll be riding for Vendrame and Godon, and they can sort it out between themselves who's going to be the beneficiary. Little Trek coming up the middle, well, without really a sprinter on board in their team, so maybe it's just more about keeping the likes of Juan P. Lopez safe from harm, making sure nothing splits, because no, there is not a sprinter in that team. We saw Quinn Simmons hanging around the back. He could maybe run a top 10, but I think the team to watch over on the right-hand side, Alpecin de Koenig, grey jerseys, white helmets. Caden Groves will be perched on the back of them, and he's got a very strong lead-out team here with him. They didn't bring a GC rider to this race because it's all about getting Caden Groves on the top step. He was close yesterday, and I tell you what, he will really be inspired today to right the wrong of yesterday.
Del Grosso just guiding in the Alpecin boys, or at least part of it. Great work, engine room for Darren Rafferty, the Irish champion, doing a super job of just making sure that EF Education Easy Post are in the right place, with Marian van der Berg there, their chosen son, 5.9 kilometres from home. Now, this run-in is a little bit of a grippy one, let's put it that way, shall we? At the very end, you don't actually see the finish line until 150 metres to go. We've already had a view of it, but it's reasonably straight until that point, although it does rise and fall. So don't count all of your chickens before you actually get to the point where you have to. Right now, this is about reaching the 3 kilometres to go marker. A few little pinch points to be had. Kaya Rural, well, we saw Daniel Barbour looking a bit second-hand. Molinar for them. Paul Miguel possibly for Equipo Kern Farmer, which is why they're getting lively out the front. Is it Uriarte who's leading them? Been busy over the last couple of days. 5.1 kilometres then from home. Sort yourselves out, why don't you? Dries as it will be for Lotto. Corbin Strong, we think, or possibly Ethan Vernon. Vernon himself didn't really declare it, so they'd have to decide it on the day itself. Pavel Bittner for Picnic Post NL was out of position, so we think Niels Eekhoff might actually have better legs because of Bittner having to drag himself back into contention. So watch out for the men in indigo and orange. We have Foldager for Jaco Alula, who's shown a bit of sprightliness, I must say. It's not just about looking after Ben O'Connor, although indeed that might have been a good idea. This is Fraile. Look out for him on a more of a baroudeur kind of day. He's not going to be sprinting quite clearly. Axel Laurence is their man. I don't know whether he's got a technical issue. He's looking back for his car at the moment. Really, it's about Groves versus Brennan versus, I think, Marijn van der Berg. But don't discount the likes of Denevers, Bittner, possibly, Dion Smith maybe, Paul Miguel, you name it. So that folding over that we've got 900 metres before that kind of perceived safety zone. But the white helmets, of course, are coming through. That was a motorcycle display team back in the day. Alps in de Koenig want to boss proceedings, and they're going to have something to say about the day. Likewise, Soudal Quickstep. Will it fall to Garofoli, or will Ethan Hayter have refound his legs? I'm not quite sure. Still Kern Farmer, centre of your screens, and Quinn Simmons, Lidl Trek, but I think they're looking after Juan Pedro JP Lopez, and they've got 400 metres before their duty is potentially at an end. What about Red Bull Bora today? Don't think Roglic will get in the mix. Possibly Nico Dents. Let's wait and see. They are picking it up right now over to the right-hand side of the road. They're squirreling through, trying to find a bit of space. Some of it exists, some of it does not. But Bora have got themselves into a nice place. Roglic is reasonably well placed. I'm not quite sure whether he's going to fancy having a squirrel. But the 3K marker has been passed, and right now you look down, and there, that bright yellow helmet of indeed Visma Lease Bikes, Matthew Brennan, and I can't see many teammates around him. All his teammates are behind him, and that was a bit of a squeeze past the plastic speed markers there, and others are picking it up. And you know what, Israel Premier Tech are getting involved here. Corbin Strong, it will be for them, I believe, with Ethan Vernon with some possibilities, and Movistar just pacing into a place now. Albert Torres looking around himself. There over to the left hand side of the road goes Jaco Alula, and indeed Alps in de Koenig, of course, as well. So purple and denim all together. 2.1 kilometres to go, and the road's still reasonably straight, but the peloton itself is snaking 61 kilometres per hour, Robbie, and it's looking nervous. Nobody wants to lead those riders who don't have much of a lead-out train in.
No, well, this Ineos Grenadiers rider, he was the one who went in between those bollards. It was a very close call. Gone straight to the front. There's no teammate in his wheel. There's no other teammate really in sight. There's Axel Lawrence, about 8th wheel back now, but Caden Groves, 4th wheel, on the wheel of a teammate, and just poised 1.6 kilometres ago. Fast tailwind, and all the others are starting to try and manoeuvre their way in. Matty Brennan has the wheel of Caden Groves at the moment. Lawrence comes to challenge him. Corbin Strong coming on the right-hand side with the lead out from Israel Premier Tech. This is where the battle intensifies. That battle for Caden Groves' wheel. Little elbow and shoulder from Groves onto the man from Israel Premier Tech, defending his position. This is my lead out train, not yours. Out the way, a kilometre to go.
Brennan himself is getting involved here. Maybe 19, but he's a big unit, and he's not going to take any messing around whatsoever. That was Corbin Strong, I think, trying to come through. Aniel Kofsky with the golden shoulders of Cofidis is also trying to get himself into the mix. He's at about wheel 10 at the moment, and they slew and slide one side of the road to the next. Godot and Vendrame are together. Can't quite see which one it is. I believe it's going to be Vendrame today, and they pick it up right now. Here we go, big drag race to the line. Van den Berg is in a great place in the bright pink here. He's just shrouded at the moment. Brennan's on the wheel of Caden Groves. Groves still indeed waiting to get the release from Plancart, I think it is. Any moment now we're going to see the road open up. They spread wide and handsome across the road, and here it is, tight on the inside. Groves has got the line, trapped in his Brennan. He can't quite see the way through. Oh, and there is Groves. He's got the shortest route through. Is he going to get there? Axel Lawrence is on his case. Oh, the big spear through as well. Strong on the throw. My goodness. And Brennan actually zigzagged as well, just to the line. I think Brennan was runner-up there. We shall wait and see. It's all going to be on a photo. 4 wide. What a finale.
Yep, well, there goes Groves up on the inside looking across. He was tackled by Axel Lawrence very early on around the outside. Israel Premier Tech jersey. Gordon next to Matthew Brennan, who's looking to find a way. He slides out to the left-hand side. Groves knows now he's been passed. Brennan coming through, and then the throw to the line is very close. Brennan up for second in front of Groves third, but that's got to be Ethan Vernon.